So what's going on, everybody? JA News. Salute to you for tuning in. So it's the Friday show. We're going to be heading into the weekend the right way, covering all the latest updates here from the sneaker world. So for today's show, we got some heavy hitter releases. Nike, they're hitting us with the Air Max 95 Big Bubble Neon. You got New Balance teaming up with Action Bronson on the new 990 V6 Untitled. We're going to recap those two big drops. We also got a first look at a highly anticipated release from Jordan Brand, which we did see some mock-up photos surface a few months back of this release. People were very excited about this drop, so we'll see, will the first look at the finished product actually live up to everybody's expectations? And then a big rumored Jordan Reserve. You got rumors heating up all across the net, meaning we could possibly see some very popular Jordan Retro, some releases you may have missed out on the past, returning, coming up here to the Sneakers app soon. So guys, if you enjoyed these updates, make sure you smash the like button down below for the only daily sneaker news show here on YouTube. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. So we're gonna begin with something from Frank Cooker, formerly at Jordan Brand. Nike recently brought him back to kind of restore that old feeling, bring some new energy back to the brand. So he said, the sneaker business is not doing bad, it's just at a point where it's stabilized and moving at a normal pace. We are not buying just any old release. Things have to be well thought out, flip worthy, or at a dope standard in order to spend the bread. For us, behind the scenes is no longer playtime. You have to go hard or everyone will sniff it out quickly. So as far as this quote right here, I thought this was very important, you know, just due to the fact that Nike, they're listening to what the chatter is online. You know, they hear people talking about releases sitting, so they're making a direct attempt to bring back the hype to a lot of these drops right here. And as far as what Nike's doing behind the scenes, they're looking to revamp one of their key franchises in the Air Max 95, as you guys see here, with the special release of the Air Max 95 OG Big Bubble Neon. So as far as this drop, we see Nike looking to bring some hype back to this old classic model with some exclusive drops, you know, through various key cities. You do also have some raffles currently live right now via Concepts, as well as Extra Butter. But as far as the drop right here, we can look forward to a bigger Sneakers app release, as well as some drops at some select retailers at a later date. So as far as the store list, salute to Brendan Dunn from over there at Complex. He gave a list of all of the locations that these will be dropping at via JD Sports, one of Nike's premier retail partners, coming up here at a later date. So go ahead and check out him over on Twitter for all of the dates. And as far as the Air Max 95, we've seen this model drop several times throughout the years. It feels like every few years or so we see Nike bring these joints back. So we got a little comparison. You got the 2018, 2020 versus the new 2025 version, which I'm not even gonna lie, between the 2020 and the 2025 version, I could barely spot out any of the differences. It just seems like them joints get brighter upon each release. But what I would say is I can recall for that 2020 drop, these joints actually sat, or I guess they sold out eventually, but they weren't like a hype, you know, instant sellout like we can expect this one to be. So it seems like Nike's plan is definitely working with these city exclusive drops. Rather than just releasing everything through the Sneakers app directly, Nike's kind of allocating the stock, dropping them through various different outlets. So as far as release info, of course, we got the big drop going down today via LA, New York City, Chicago, as well as select cities. And then coming up April 18th, this is where you guys have a much better chance to be able to grab this sneaker. So you can expect to see a Sneakers app drop, select neighborhood locations, as well as the JD Sports locations, which I just mentioned previously. So what do you guys think about this one, man? Retailing at 180 bucks, the iconic OG Air Max 95 Big Bubble. But this time it seems like these are a lot more hype than we've seen in past years. Now switching gears over to New Balance, we finally got the release of the new 990 V6 from Action Bronson. They're calling these Untitled. Now when you take a look at this shoe right here, you got a mashup of orange, red, blue, sail, white, a whole bunch of colors, which you feel like, bro, like nobody could get away with putting these type of colors together. But for some reason with Action Bronson, like when he puts it all together, I don't know how he does it, but for some reason, it just works. So of course, you got the raffle currently live right now via specializinglife.com. So I would just suggest to head over there if you guys are interested in picking these up. You will receive an invoice if you are selected, and then you got about 30 minutes to check out. So these are retailing at 220 bucks. And on top of the sneakers, he also did drop some clothing items as well. So you got these Baklava Made in USA sweatpants, retailing at 150 bucks. You got this little zip up hoodie coming in at 200 bucks. The long sleeve for 75. And then the green hoodie coming in at 180 bucks. So bro, like if you're trying to flex and be a hype beast, not only do you got to get the sneakers, but I ain't gonna lie, like if you're a real Action Bronson fan and you wanna like really flex, bro, you gotta get this plain Jane hoodie coming in for just a little modest $200 right here. So let me know if any of you guys had success on this drop. It seemed like there were a decent amount of pairs, going around, as a bunch of people were telling me they hit. I've seen over on Twitter, a lot of people hit on this release as well. So I think they did a great job on the drop rather than just opening it up to potentially be ate up by bots. I think the raffle, is a good method, although, bots could still cook on the raffle and everything, but I think it's just a little better shot, for everybody to be able to get their hands on this pair. And let's not forget, coming up soon, we also have a new 990 V6 from Bronson to look forward to. And for me, again, you got another crazy, funky color scheme, but just in my opinion, I don't know why, I just kind of prefer these over the pair that dropped today. But that's just my take. Let me know what y'all think about them joints down below. Now, next up here, we got some big news from Jordan Brand, which it looks like they have signed professional skateboarder Zeb Powell. So he's going to be one of Jordan Brand's new brand ambassadors. I'm actually unfamiliar with him, so upon a quick little Google search, it says he is an American professional snowboarder based out of North Carolina, best known for unforgivingly unique style that won him a gold medal in the 2020 Winter X Games knuckle huck. So I guess snowboarding's having a big moment here currently. And as far as this signing, while most people would probably just brush this off as like not a huge deal or anything like that, but for me, you guys know I always look at things a little bit deeper. And as far as a signing like this with Jordan Brand, bringing a new professional sports athlete here into the table that's not a basketball player, I look at this as potentially something that you guys may want to pay attention to, just because, the first thing that comes to mind would be Nigel Sylvester, professional BMXer. Now, when it comes to Nigel, again, he's another athlete, which I actually had no clue about until Jordan Brand started dropping his product. So I feel like this could be another case of something like that. The only problem is being that he is a snowboarder, it's kind of difficult to like kind of showcase the footwear when snowboarding or whatever. But, as far as maybe a lifestyle type of sneaker, who knows? Maybe he could drop his own collaboration with Jordan Brand. We'll have to wait on that. But as far as Jordan Brand ambassadors, I think now they're looking to step away from like musicians and artists, say like Bad Bunny or J Balvin or like Travis Scott or something like that, and working with these athletes outside of the basketball world. I think for them, these athletes have less leverage than, say, a Travis Scott who comes into Jordan Brand already with like a huge, massive following. He's bringing his following over to the brand where, say, as someone like a Nigel Sylvester, internally, Jordan Brand built up the hype with his releases steadily to the point now where he's one of their top brand ambassadors. So as far as this young dude right here, Zeb Powell, I think we'll have to wait on it. I don't want to just say he's the next Nigel right out the gate, say anything crazy like that, but I think it's just something to pay attention to. So that's a cool one. And then let's go ahead and here we got a first look at the upcoming Jordan 3 Soul. So this is the 2.0 version, of course, the follow-up to the 1.0, which dropped years back. That one was super limited, exclusive to, I believe, a Korean drop. So that one was definitely sought after, collectible. You guys know what I'm saying. So as far as this one, I feel like the 2.0 pair is a lot better. This on-feet look comes courtesy of, I don't know who this is, Real BTS J-Hope. But he's actually spotted here courtside at the Lakers game, he or she. I'm not sure exactly if that's a woman or, but anyways, as far as the sneakers go, I like these right here. I know a lot of people would complain kind of like that sale age midsole type of look, but I think these joints are funky, man. I appreciate anytime we get to see a flag represented on a pair of sneakers. I think that's a really cool look, and for me, these are kind of giving like white cement vibes, but of course they got their own little touches and everything like that. But I would say based off the original palette of the white cement. So as far as the on-feet look, I think these are going crazy. I don't know if this is Jordan Brand's attempt to bring some more notoriety to their releases over in Asia, but as far as a Korean Soul 2.0, you guys know the backstory on that release. There's a lot of history surrounding the drop, the follow-up to the 1.0, which was highly sought after. I think these are lining up to be a really nice drop, but of course they're not going to be for everybody, and I wouldn't expect these to be a general release or anything like that, but really cool looking Jordan sneaker. So we're going to go ahead and jump here into today's fit of the day, which if you guys ever want to be featured here in my favorite segment, all you simply got to do is just tag me on your favorite outfit pick over here on the gram. So for today's fit of the day, we got In God I Trust stepping up to the plate, looking like an NFL defensive coach on his off day who bought a pair of hype sneakers, trying to, connect with his players or something like that. But all jokes aside, I actually like this fit right here on feet. He's got the good recently released New Balance, color be the palette, paired up with this kind of like vintage looking t-shirt. I'm not too familiar with the logo on here, but as far as the color, I like the way that he kind of paired it up with that sail looking sole that you guys see on them good He's a good little cap right here. I think it brings it all together. He's showing you guys the watch piece, which is probably one of them like plain Jane joints that will retail you for like 30,000 plus or something like that. So as far as this fit, I like what I'm seeing. It's calm, but as far as the choice of footwear, people spot you out in public, they're definitely gonna recognize that you're a sneakerhead. So good fit, you guys know what to do. Jump in the comments, give this one a rating 0 out of 10. And with those quick updates out of the way, let's go ahead and jump here into today's main stories, which we got several Jordan brand updates, including a rumored Jordan Retro Reserve. So first, let's go ahead and start here with a first look at the upcoming Jordan 4 Cave Stone. So what you guys are looking at right now, this is actually just first the mock-up image, which based off the color blocking, this is the mock-up that was floating around. A sneaker which a lot of people were saying kind of gives off vibes of those Travis Scott Jordan 4s, the friends and family ones. So anytime you got like a brown and black primary color on a pair of Jordan 4s, a popular Jordan silhouette, I feel like it would be a recipe for success. So people were really excited about this mock-up image, which joints are looking crazy. But as far as the finished product, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about these. So here we got a first look at the Cave Stones, apparently dropping coming up this fall, September 6th. So based off the finished product, I mean, I would say they're not looking bad. Again, the tone of the brown could kind of differ, but it's kind of giving like one of those like suede nubuck type of finishes. I feel like these are solid. I think a full black midsole would have really completed the look and brought it all together. But as far as the first look, not bad. And also, you guys will notice you got a good Nike Air on the back. So I just wanted to jump in the comments, see here briefly if anybody says something. This dude put smoke in the cool gray 4s. All right, that's positive. Somebody put we will be there. All right. Now we got somebody saying ew, which I don't know if that's real or if they're just trying to like, throw people off on these. Somebody put actually dig these, bruh, please be fake. They're probably gonna retail for 4. Well, man, y'all stop talking. So yeah, it seems like as far as the first reaction, it's kind of a mixed bag, but more so seems like people are rocking with these. So I think this will be one of the good Jordan 4s that we can look forward to here coming up this fall. Now we also got a first look at another mock-up image. This is a new Jordan release for 2026. This is the first time we're hearing about these. So we got the Jordan 1 Low OG Sail Off-White. Now based off these first images here, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, these are kind of giving like neutral gray Jordan 1 vibes, which is a motto. It feels like Jordan brand drops like almost every year or something like that. But it seems like based off the color blocking, since they're calling these Sail Off-White, we may get that pre-aged vintage sole, which I don't know why everybody seems to hate. I guess maybe it's just because they kind of overdo it too much. I'm a fan of like the pre-aged soles, but I don't know. It seems like the majority of people don't rock with these. But I look at this as like a good plain Jane Jordan 1 Low, easy to wear, pretty much for everybody. But of course, they won't be dropping until spring 2026. So with this being so far out, we'll see if these actually do make the final release or if they're a Jordan release that gets scrapped. So again, it's just a mock-up and we'll have to wait on the finished product. Now, to the big rumor floating around, this was like all over Twitter, every YouTuber on sneaker YouTube, they're making videos about this. Of course, you've probably seen it all over your timeline, but we got a rumored sneakers Jordan Reserve. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with the Jordan Reserve, essentially it's just like when Jordan brand restocks a bunch of recent Jordan retro releases. So that would be really cool because as of lately, this year, we know in 2025, a lot of these Jordan retros, they're scaling back. They seem to be a lot more difficult to cop than over the last couple of years or so. So I know a lot of you guys have missed out on some recent drops and would definitely like to scoop up some of these Jordan retro releases. Now, as far as this rumor, at the time of this recording, it looks like we've got no updates, nothing on Sneakers app. There is a lot of insiders claiming that this will happen, but as far as the actual Jordans that we're gonna see restock, that seems to be unknown as of right now. But as far as where all of these rumors started, of course, that would happen to come from Eldon Monitors, where he simply posted this image last night showing a select few recent Jordan retros. So you got the Jordan 4 Orchids, the Black Cat 3s, the Legend Blue 11s, the Black Metallic 5s, the Blueberry 12s, and the Black Toe 14. Some of these released in more limited capacities than others, but all of these are pairs that people would definitely be looking to touch. Black Cat 3s and Legend Blues, we've seen those restock a lot periodically, but Orchids, these 12s, the Black Metallic 5s, Black Toe 14s are definitely highly sought after. So this is where it all started. It seems like everybody just kind of ran with the fact that we're going to be getting a Jordan Reserve. So, I mean, I'm guessing based off some of these reputable insiders, they're saying it's going to happen. I would anticipate it would happen. But as I mentioned, like right now, as I'm recording, we got no updates. So comment down below. Let me know which pairs you would like to see hit this Jordan Retro Reserve. I think the number one pick, of course, would be like, let's say like, maybe like the Bread 85s, which we know that one was exclusively limited to just neighborhood locations. So I wouldn't imagine we would see those hit a sneakers app drop. If they did though, it would probably shut everything down. I wouldn't expect to see any like collaboration, so that would eliminate like the unions. But as far as just like your standard Jordan Retros, I would definitely love to see Black Metallic 5s hit the app. That's one that a lot of people are still looking to touch. I know people are holding out on paying resale for those. And then of course you got the Flu Game 12s. That's another one. Like nobody wants to pay resale for these shoes. Like if these would have dropped last year, they probably would have sat. But this year with Jordan Brand's new little strategy and plan, it's just eliminating the fact that people that want these shoes can't get them, and resellers are eating. So we'll see what happens with this Jordan Retro Restock Reserve. We'll have to wait on that one. But as of now, no new updates. But I'm hoping on the best, because that would be a cool way, you know, to bring some excitement back to the sneakers app, which Jordan Brand and Nike, they even reported that sneakers app downloads are down. So why not do something fun, get the people excited, bring some hype back. So we'll see what goes down, but that's currently the big rumor. Will it happen today? Will it happen at a later date? We'll have to wait on that. But that's all I got for you guys today. Of course, it's Friday. You know, I want to wish everybody a great weekend. Have some fun, spend time with loved ones, and get some rest out there. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, be safe. So I'm J.A. I'll catch you guys on Monday to catch up on the latest updates. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out, y'all. Love.